Way back in the day, I mentioned a trip to Florida. There's an earlier trip to Florida when I went to Disney World as a kid, very young. I was so scared of the Haunted Mansion ride that I closed my eyes the entire time. And then
You were
I,
the one who said when the ride said, "Oh, the ghosts are out. Please stay in your ride." And you're like, "Mama, get us out of here! They're gonna get us."
and honestly, I may be just realizing this now, but I really think just after that is when I feel like there's maybe a part of me that was like, what did I miss by being too scared? I was too scared to look. And by not looking, I missed out on something. And I think that that has fueled my extreme curiosity in all things horrific ever since. Because I really feel like I was very young during that, like 6 or something. And I feel like it was like right after that, it started being Courage the Cowardly Dog, other creepy animation stuff. Uh,
Did you
Video
ever look it
games
up
with
on
horror
YouTube?
stuff.
Well, what you missed out on?
Well, a few years later, probably the GameCube time, I was much older. I did go on Haunted Mansion a couple times that time to Florida, and I loved it.
That's one of
I
their best rides.
it is to me, it is their best ride. Although for a long time, and I'm really upset hearing this, but I loved the Tower of Terror,
Yes.
which was a creepy like hotel tower thing that had a really cool line.
Isn't it
That was
based
part of
on
the fun.
Twilight Zone?
I don't think so, but it
Oh,
did have a
there's like a
uh,
Twilight Zone kind of thing
maybe.
inside.
I
Let
don't
me look
totally
this
remember,
up.
but it was for a while the Tower of Terror, and now I hear that it's a Guardians of the Galaxy ride or something.
Well, that's at Disneyland because they don't have the rights for Marvel in Florida because like Spider-Man and
Um,
all of them are at Universal.
um, I'm wondering
So
what it
it's
is now.
gone
Then
in California, but I don't think there's any plans for it at Disney World in
I guess it
Florida.
is called the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. I didn't know. Um, maybe it still exists in Florida.
Yeah, it
Heh.
does. I was there
Hmm.
earlier this year.
That's cool. That was one of my favorite rides. That and Haunted Mansion.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think there are any plans to get rid of it at Disney World, but I
well,
know
that's
it's gone at Disneyland in California.
that's great news. Anyway, obviously, what I'm talking about is there's going to be a new Haunted Mansion movie, August 11th.
There is.
And yeah, Haunted Mansion is such a cool ride. It has a very particular vibe to it that's just this very specific kind of childlike spooky that's still a little spooky, still a little legitimately spooky. And I'm not necessarily super excited about seeing this movie. I don't necessarily think it's going to be good at all. But I acknowledge that I liked the ride. It's cool that this is getting another try because even though I was a kid and I actually liked the Eddie Murphy movie, but I also had no taste. I was a dumb kid. Uh, and I've seen people say like, oh, this that movie it really didn't even try to like necessarily capture the feeling of the ride. It was just like a haunted house movie with some references, and it was just basically a comedy. And I hear that this one they're trying to maybe capture the feel of the ride a little more, like a little bit,
It is
teeny bit more
described as a
serious.
supernatural horror comedy.
Yeah, so Haunted Mansion. I won't say anything more on it. I've just got a little bit of a history with it. I liked the ride, and there's going to be a movie, Haunted Mansion, August 11th.
Oh yes. I guess I didn't talk about that movie a second. It's one of my favorite rides at Disney World, Haunted Mansion. Um I did like the Eddie Murphy movie. It's been a while since I've seen it, but
Mhm.
I mean, I it's gotta be tough making a movie about that because there's not a beginning, middle, and end with that ride. You're
Yeah, I
kind of left
mean,
on
they
your
did it with
own.
the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like they
Yeah,
they can take the basic idea of the property, capture the kind of feel of it and just go in a completely different direction plot wise.
Yeah. So have Haunted Mansion. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that excited. Oh crap. Not
Oh,
that
pop
excited
filter.
because I just in general I don't like Disney live action. Disney
Hmm.
proper live action. So if it was an animated movie, I'd be more excited, but
Hmm.
Disney proper live action, I think like College Road Trip, The Game Plan, The Pacifier with Vin Diesel. So not that look excited for, but
Hmm.
I'll check it out. Hope for the best. Stars Rosario Dawson, who was in my second favorite movie of last year, Clerks 3. So
Cool.
Hope Springs
Uh,
Eternal. She's also Wonder
yeah,
Woman in a few animated films.
cool. I always did genuinely think that Pirates of the Caribbean was a good movie, and like surprising that like Disney actually made a legitimate, like, respectable film out of what was a ride. So it can be
Yes.
done, but I'm
An
not
important
excited
thing to
for it
say is
necessarily.
film singular, even though there's been five. They
Yeah.
did it good one time, and then there were four other times they
For a long
tried.
time, I defended just the second one, but I don't remember it well enough to even say. So I'm done defending it. I don't know.
Remember the second
Um,
one was big box office. Like they talked about
mhm.
how it beat like Spider-Man or something, and I had conflicting feelings about that. I was just like,
Oh,
it's nice to see something do successful, but did it have to beat Spider-Man?
yeah, it's true.